friends, it's Danielle. How are you today? I hope you're doing really, really well. Figured we'd come on here and just maybe do some painting. Something relaxing. I always talk about mat boards. So, for anyone who doesn't know what it is, this is a mat board someone had on a picture, and I took it off. Played with it a little bit because there was a name on here. It's not mine. So this is a mat board. It goes on top of a beautiful artwork like one that we did just recently. Look at that. That would be pretty. So that's what you do, and then you put it in a frame. Well, as I have been saying, I take a lot of mat boards and pretty much destroy them and use the insides and the outsides. What I do, I'm gonna lift you up here a little bit. What I usually do is, you know, if you hold on to the bottom like with one of these little guys, that might work. It holds it from going all curly, so you can do something like that. But what I usually do is get like right there and just ever so gently separate it, or you can hold it with your knees, but I don't have any way to do that and show you at the same time, so we're going to do it the best we can. So it might get a little wrinkly, curly. It's okay. Not a big deal. I decided against it. That is not the way. This is the way. Hold it with your knees and pull it, and it comes off nice and clean. Okay? Then we're going to do it again, because we take the top and the bottom off and use the middle. You can use the top too. Like I said, I use the top for a lot of things. Sometimes I use the middle for a lot of things. Cut shapes out of it, make it into cards, put it in your artwork, make shapes, if you have a die cutting machine. The reason why I figured this out was because I have a die cutting machine, and I was trying very hard to cut through an entire mat board. Don't do that, you'll ruin your machine. I did not ruin my machine, but it came awful close. Sometimes if it's a really good mat board, you can do a third, like through the middle. This one I don't think is going to work. Let's try this one just to do it again. I don't know if you guys can see this really well. Sorry, I got a lot of stuff everywhere. And once again, we're just going to take off the bottom part. This one's kind of yellow inside. That's okay. And I use this for backdrops. I use it for backings for different cards or whatever, but you can also use it in junk journaling. You can, whatever you want to do. You can paint on it. You can acrylic paint on it. A lot of times I use the back too. Like this had the color number on it. These are from my mother's frame shop, Framed by Kathy, but she just retired. So now I got to figure out where I'm going to get mat boards. Luckily I have a lot. But you can just paint on this. You can paint on this. You can do acrylic on this, of course, but you can also get it wet. And like we've done in previous videos, you can add inks to it once you get it all soaky wet. Inks, watercolors, whatever, and you can make beautiful backgrounds. You can also paint pretty pictures on it. It's much easier to cut with a guillotine or whatever once you've cut it, once you've ripped the top and the bottom off, and you'll get these little layers. That's fun. That's fun. It's just like that gives you extra texture right there. So we'll see what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm back. I just want to show you why I like to paint on the inside of a mat board. I painted this little guy just real quick. Nothing spectacular, just a little something to inspire you, and hopefully we'll see if maybe we can make him a little friend. So I just wanted to show you what I did. It looks a lot better on camera. Wow. And this is nothing special. Anybody can do this. I want you to try. I have Derwent ink tints pencils. This is burnt orange. I'm just going to start by giving myself a little bit of a oval for just the base. Not really the base, but a place to start. This is where the seeds of a sunflower are going to go. I don't know. Do you grow sunflowers? I do. I love sunflowers. I love to see how tall they get in my front yard. Last year was a hard year for them. I don't know why. They didn't grow very well last year. It upset me. It upset me. I was so upset. This is Sun Yellow. And we're just going to just kind of go around and give it some petals. You know, if you're going to try doing this with any kind of painting on the inside of mat boards, it would be good for you to go to like a frame shop and ask them if they have any scraps. These are scraps that I said before, my mom had a shop. She just retired. Congratulations, Mom. Just retired. Oh my goodness, I don't even know how many years she was there. But the whole town is going to be very sad without her. She'll still be around, but she won't be framing anymore. But yeah, go to your frame shops. Go to some place that you trust, wherever you go to get your framing done, and ask them if they have any old mat boards that they're gonna, you know, they have pieces and parts. Doesn't have to be great, because this could be a very good practice paper. Most mat boards are pretty good paper. I'm going to try making, when she's going through all of her stuff, I'm going to see if I can get some pieces that are already cut and then rip those in pieces and color the inside and see if we can't make a really nice mat. Ooh, wouldn't that be cool? Like a homemade painted mat. I'm excited about that. That just came to my head. I was just sitting here thinking, wouldn't that be something? So I'm just giving it a little extra at the tips, because the tips is where you want all the yellow color to be. We're going to add some other colors. I mean, I don't know the last time you saw a sunflower. Mine was months ago, because holy cow, we're having a very long winter this year. You can get really elaborate with this. You can put petals behind petals. You can put petals on top of petals. You can give each petal a little bit of a wrinkle, because some of them go this way, some of them go that way. Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff. I'm sure you can do a lot better with this. It's just one of those little things. You just try and try and try. A little burnt orange. Again, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a, you know, sometimes they have that little bit of color. And again, these ink tints pencils are amazing. I was lucky enough to have my Mr. Scott, I had him get me these for Christmas a couple years ago, and I just love them. I haven't used them near enough, but now I'll be using stuff all the time, because doing this YouTube channel is really inspiring me to branch out and show people the things that I've been working on, where I get my inspiration, all that good stuff. And then we're going to put a little bit of, I don't know how to say that. Do you know how to say that? I do not know how to say that. Shiraz? I don't know. But it's kind of like a purpley. Give it a little bit of that on each leaf. It's really pretty. And as you can see, it really made some really nice color. I have two sisters who absolutely love sunflowers and yellow things, and I'll tell you what, painting will make you appreciate all the colors. I used to laugh and tell people my favorite color is red, and my grandma always said I love all colors as long as they're red. And it's true, I do. I love red. But when you start painting or photography, which I do that was my first love, was photography. When you start doing painting and photography and stuff like that, you look at the world in a completely different view. It is amazing to suddenly be like, wow, you see things through the lens of a camera, or you see things through just playing around with color. You start looking at things so differently. It's so nice. Okay, so this is just a cheap little liner pencil paintbrush. I don't even know where it came from. Actually, you know, I think it was, no, I don't have any idea. Nope, my brain is saying, no, we do not know. So, now I'm going to start on the tips, and I'm just going to bring that yellow, activate the yellow. Isn't that just so pretty? And then come down here and pull in the other colors. And I'm going to, in between, rinse them off and go to the next petal. It's very relaxing. It's okay if you get some of that darker color to go to the tip, because we're going to. They need shadows. They need, I mean, I had some of the most beautiful, like black, red sunflowers. I think they're called Queen something. Oh, they're just gorgeous. And then I guess the bumblebees decided they all needed to have a little bit of yellow and a little bit of the black, because they all kind of the next year merged. It was really pretty. I was like, huh, I didn't know I knew how to do that. It wasn't me, it was the bumblebees and the honeybees. I used to have a daycare, so we would sit outside and watch the honeybees on those little teeny tiny flowers that are all over your grass. We have them here. Those little teeny tiny flowers. They're so cute. And the honeybees would be like all over the grass. And so the kids were afraid of them. And I was like, no, screaming at them will just make them angry. We don't want them to be angry. We want them to be happy, because they are very important. Still recording? Yep. And so we would take and go outside and we'd sit down and be really quiet, or we'd squat. And we'd all sit there and watch them. And I'm like, they're very important. You need to have honeybees and bumblebees. And if you be really quiet, they won't even care that you're watching. And the kids used to be so just, it was like the freakiest thing. They would just like, oh my goodness, Miss Danielle, be careful. Don't step on the honeybees are over there. And so they got to where they were just such little protectors. I love that. They loved the honeybees when they were here. Such good little kids. Still friends with some of them. Now they're getting to be big kids. We did also talk about the wasps. Wasps are completely different. If anybody knows why, what do wasps do? I guess they eat dead stuff, from what I've heard in the past. But they're just the mean, angry cousin of the bumblebee and the honeybee. Like a really got a bad attitude type thing. Just, I'm like, dude, you guys don't have to be so crabby all the time. They're always in our backyard too. Always try to. Oh, we did find one good little thing that helped out last year, or the year before last. We put just a little bag for like your lunch, little paper sack. Take a little paper sack and put another paper sack crumpled up inside of it, and hang it out. Make it look like a nest, like a wasp nest. And so the other wasps will come around and look at it, and they'll be like, oh my goodness, somebody's already living here. They don't want to be around another wasp nest. And it really did get rid of a lot of them. I think that looks pretty good so far. And so you put that out. You just tape it to somewhere outside. Inconspicuous, because your friends will be like, what in the world? Some of ours were like, what in the world? I'm like, hey, you haven't seen as many wasps, have you? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of this Shiraz again, because this is a really good color for this. Just to make this a little more colorful. And what is this one? Sepia ink. Such pretty colors. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh. Have you noticed how nice it is to paint on this stuff? I just love it. And it was all by accident. I was like, I need practice paper that is actually something you can afford something that's given to you. That was pretty cool. I just blend it a little bit. And then we're going to give this a little bit of just a little bit color at the tips. A few of them. Not all of them, just a little bit. And you can just take a little bit of, I mean, that ink tints, it goes so far. It is like, I have used other watercolor pencils in the past, and they all have their goodness. Well, maybe not all of them, but you know, you get what you pay for. But this, holy cow, I just love ink tints. I still use the other ones too, but I love the ink tints pencils. Watercolor pencils. Okay, and so we're going to give it just a little bit of, give it right about the center, but I like to make mine kind of like leaning. I'm just going to give it a little leaner. And this pencil already got wet once, so that's why it's kind of a little darker than this was. Because if you get the pencil wet and then paint with it, draw with it, whatever, then it just kind of gets a lot darker. But I'm telling you what, this is just relaxing and fun. I enjoy painting. I want you guys to try stuff like this. I want you to see just how nice it can be. We'll just give this a couple of little leaves. Okay, I'm just going to get these a little bit wet and give them a little more definition. And then we're going to make their little heart-shaped leaves. And then we'll be done. And for this, I'm going to just give it a little dab of water, make a heart-shaped leaf of sorts. Let that set a second. Give this one a little dab of water. Give it a little heart-shaped kind of leaf. A little more water here. Just look how easy that is. You don't even have to paint with paint. Look at that. We're just like putting water down. And they have this cute little heart-shaped leaves. Oh, every year I take so many pictures of the leaves because we don't have a big porch, but we have a little area where I have a little garden. Just a little flower garden in the front. And I like to paint, or I like to grow beautiful little sunflowers. And then all I did was just, there's that loud clock again. All I did was just get a little bit of water on my brush. Can you see that? Yep, you can. Put a little water on it, and then look at that. It just goes. Oop, got a little bit of something there. We're just going to give it a little happy feeling. Look at that. You can do this. Anybody can do this. I'm not even making this hard. This isn't even a hard thing. This is just easy. And once again, you could cut these out. You could put them on a card. You could send it to a friend. You could put it in a frame. You could put it in a junk journal and just, or in a art journal book, and just see, you know, put it in an art journal and see how it goes. See if you like it for later. But look, don't they look cute? They're just like buddies sitting in the grass, growing. And you can make sure that they have some ground under them. But like I said, this is very porous. Maybe I didn't say that, but it is very porous stuff. This. Oh, look at that. It's such a pretty purple. I'm putting purple. Let's do the sepia ink instead of purple. Whoever saw purple ground? I suppose. It's possible. It's possible. Let's give them some ground so they're not just like hanging out in the air. Not just like floating. We don't want to have floating. Maybe we do. Floating sunflowers. But isn't that pretty? I think that's really nice. And you can go back and you can fix the leaves. Maybe you could take and give them a little bit of something else. Let's see, we have some more. Got lots of greens in here. So once they're dry, then you can give them a little bit of definition if you wanted. Give them a little vein. Color this a little bit. If you wanted to, you could pick where the sun is coming from. Like if the sun is coming from here, you can make everything lighter on one side and darker on the other side. But we're just playing today. We're just playing. We're not getting into all the holy cow. I just wanted to do something easy. We've been doing some really a lot stuff lately, so I just want to do something easy. But you can see how different it is if you touch it when it's wet and when you touch it when it's dry. Same pencil, but look at the difference. So cool. I just love it. They're so cute. A little darker up here by the top where the shadow would be. Look at that. You can put a little message on there, like, have a happy day. You are my sunshine. Aw, that'd be so cool. Okay, so that's what I have for today. Hope you like this video. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have lots of happiness and joy in your life. So I'm going to wish you lots of love and peace. and you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. See you later.